Hello, Nerdy Unreal Dev here with another tutorial, this one on setting up materials using packed textures. Now for those who don't know, packed textures are textures that use the RGB channels in the image file to put the grayscale information in each channel. So it lets you use one file for three different aspects of a PBR texture. The metallic, roughness, and ambient occlusion. Now it is possible to do this when texturing in Photoshop. You just have to work in each of the separate channels. But we're just going to be using Substance Painter because they actually make it super easy to get packed textures. Now, this right here is a model I made a while ago, actually. It's for sale on my ArtStation if anyone's interested. It's sort of a mysterious altar. And we're just going to go over to Export Textures. Change the where it goes to Alter Texture. And then Config is where you want to go. So you have all these options. Substance Painter tries to personalize it for various reasons. So if, say, you're working with Arnold 4 or CryEngine or Unity, or in this case Unreal, you can set up which texture maps get exported. And that way you're all set. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to Unreal Engine 4 Packed. And you can see we have base color, occlusion, roughness, metallic, normal, and this has a bit of an emissive. You can sort of see it here. So there's an emissive there as well. One thing to note with packed textures is the best way to make it easy for yourself is to label in what order which grayscale information you're putting in is. So the R is occlusion, the G is roughness, and the B is metallic. So we're just going to hit export. There we go, open folder. And now you can see here, if this takes a moment to load, there you go, that it's mostly red and blue. And this is what it looks like when it's packed, kind of weird. So we're just gonna go over to Unreal. And now there's multiple ways to bring in various files. You can hit import and then search for the file. You can also just drag and drop. Importing. Okay. Now one very important step when doing this is going to the mesh and unchecking sRGB. They even state this should be unchecked if using alpha channels individually as masks. Otherwise, it won't quite read the right way. So we're gonna save. And we're gonna go to Materials. M_alter. And we're just gonna bring in the alter. So now you can see all my crazy file system. I'm a big fan of subfolders within subfolders. That's absolutely me. One thing to note when you bring in static meshes is it will generally automatically create a material unless you turn that off. So we'll just delete that. You can just make the materials separately. So we're going to go back into the textures, save all. We're going to actually ignore the emissive in this case, because that's another quick little video. So RGB and base color, got our normal. And then, so occlusion is red, metallic is green, and roughness is blue. And you can always go back to the file. Oops. So there, I had it wrong. So that's why it's always good to double check that it's roughness, then metallic. And there you go. So 3 texture sheets. Save it. And as you can see, once I increase the size, oh, they did have it upright. I just pressed F to frame the altar, and there you go. You can see, looks a little different from Substance Painter because the emissives got turned off. For those of you wondering why you can see through these braziers, that's another little quirk with the materials. Typically, it only textures one side of the plane, the visible side. However, you can check this little box that says two-sided. Hit save. And there you go. It's there on both sides. So that's how you use packed textures in Unreal. Have a good one.